So here's an old card I made a while back, and here is inside of the character creator the material editor. You can find it basically anywhere. It's all over the place, but right now let's specifically focus on the body. This is the material editor. You can ignore most of the stuff in here for now. Right now, you just need to focus on the material and the shader. As long as you know where these two are, it's a little self-explanatory from here. This base shader from Shader Forge, you don't really... it's a bit hard to do lighting with it. So instead, you would replace it with the Zukmi equivalent, or some other modded shader. Just like that. And there is another way you can do it though, and that would be to, when you press M, you get this mask shader editor. And so while it starts you over here in whatever val stands for, you can go onto shader here and you can select a shader. So right now I want to change everything with main skin as its shader, so I put that there. And I want to replace each one of those instances with Skin Plus. So I would modify all of them. As you can see, it changed it. And not here. If I'm right, it should change everything else as well. Nope. So yeah. Good. One sec. Damn, okay. So this is one of the goofy things about the mask shader editor. Let's try again. As you can see, sometimes it kind of fails to do what it's supposed to do, which is why I didn't really rely on it whenever I was editing the shaders of my characters. But that's fine. Anyway, since you knew how to modify shaders now, let me show you some of the more obscure ones that you might find a bit challenging to hear about. One of which is Hitomi. This is Japanese. It stands for eyes, or it's like the iris, basically. It only affects the iris. It doesn't affect the eye whites here and here. So as you can see, it's Shader Forge, it's Toon Eye, Lot 0, and you would want to replace it with a Zukmi equivalent, or some other mod shader. So I would replace it with I+, and whenever I load it into Character Studio, those irises are affected by light. Now to affect the eye whites themselves, you have to go to Cyrome. Same deal. Zukmi, I+, and then if you want to do anything with genitalia and add them to a character, you have to search down. I don't know which one is which, but these are for the cock and balls. specifically, just replace them both with Skin Plus. It's the same deal, really. And that's it for the body. No way, actually. There's also the tooth shader for the teeth. And of course, since it's the main item being used as the shader, you have to go for main item plus instead of Skin Plus. And from there on, it's kind of self-explanatory. It's the same thing for hair. Main hair, replace it with hair plus. And over here, with main hair front, you would just replace that with hair front plus. You could play with the other options if you want, but generally I find it's more convenient to stick with the original. Alright, that's kind of boring. Now clothing, it's still the same thing, but you have to be careful because the clothing has layers. She has a shirt on and this weird jacket cape thing, and she also has a tie. And all three of those are different materials. They're different models entirely. So you have to change the shaders for each one of them. It's a bit annoying, but generally it's really worth it. So yeah, you just continue that process over and over. Same goes for all the accessories, by the way, which you have to scroll down for its own material editor. But of course, if you don't want it to be affected by light, then you would just go back to the original shader. Then of course you would have to save it, because otherwise those changes aren't going to be there. You could do this in Character Studio, of course, but generally most people don't like the idea of having to do this repeatedly multiple times over and over again. So yeah, Shaders 101.